Hi, so this video is an answer to a question that was sent to me as a comment on my course. The question is by Aline Lisa Mouse, and she asks, I was wondering whether you can recommend any courses or books on translation theory or introduction to translation for freelancers who did not study translation at university. There are a lot of courses available online, but you never know whether they are worth the money or if they are language specific, like being a German to English translator. That does not help me at all with my combination, which is not that common. I don't know what her language combination is precisely. She just says it's not that common. And I thought this was an interesting question, so I wanted to bring it up. For those of you who are interested in translation theory, and if there are any courses that deal with introduction to translation or translation theory in general for freelancers, the short answer is I don't know of any courses that are targeted for freelancers like us. Now, it depends where you live, but sometimes local colleges, local schools where you are might offer courses, and you can take or audit these courses. They might be courses on translation theory or translation in one of your language combinations. And that's the thing. Very often they will be language specific. And so if they are in the area that you live in, presumably that'll cover either your language combination or something along those lines. There's also a good page on pros.com. If you go under the forums, I think it's the translator training link. I can link to it down in the description below. And there they talk a lot about translator training and courses. They have on-demand courses, video courses with self-paced training, with one-on-one training, webinars, etc. So definitely check out that link. Again, it'll be in the description below, and hopefully you can find something that suits you there. But also you should keep in mind there are basically two main reasons for wanting to take a translation course. One of them would be because you have potential clients, or maybe people are asking, if you're certified, or if you've taken courses, or if you have a degree in translation. If this is the case, honestly, it might not be worth it. Because let's face it, most of these clients either are not in the translation world, or they're not in your country, or both. And so they don't really know what to look for exactly and who can rate your translation or who you should be getting a degree or certification from. So in these cases, honestly, it's better to have references or ratings from past translations, from past jobs. This shows them that you're a good translator. So if you're trying to get a certification, or if you're trying to find a course, let's say, in translation for this reason, I would think twice about it. However, the other reason would be just to make your translation skills better, just to improve your translation. In this case, then once again, you can look at the link I sent, or you can look at your local schools for courses that can help you out. If you can't find anything that helps you out in any of these places, and this might be the case if you have a very rare language combination, quite frankly, the best way then, unfortunately, is just to practice. You can also find some good books online, if you try to find books dealing with your specific language or just in your language that deal with translation per se. But another thing I would do, especially if you have a rare language combination, is to join a forum. You can try joining one of the translator forums and then searching for other translators who deal with your language combinations. A lot of these forums, especially on pros.com, Translators Cafe, etc., basically all the main translators are going to be on there. So if you want to find anyone else that deals with your language combination, this is the place. And most of the time, once you do get in touch with them, they're going to be very helpful, because it's rare to find sources for translation in your language combination. So these very often will be the best people to ask about it. So actually, I mentioned some of these forums in my video of useful links, the part 2, which also I can link to, and so you can see different forums. I also mentioned some organizations like the American Translator Association, etc. So you can check them. Maybe your local chapter or something has some translators that deal with your language combination. Unfortunately, if you have a rare language combination, you should talk to other translators in your language combination. They'll know best. But otherwise, I hope that helps. So as you can see, there are resources for learning different languages, but they're kind of segmented. But hopefully through one of those links, or looking at your local schools or what's around you, you can find something that suits your needs in case you want to improve your translation skills, or you want to get a degree, or just get more training in translation. So hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please click like. Please give me a thumbs up, because that always helps. And feel free to subscribe for more videos where I talk about freelance translation, freelancing in general, and stuff along those lines. If you have any questions, also feel free to let me know. I try to read and try to answer all the questions that I can. Very often, if there's a question that I think deserves a video, then I'll make a video of it like I did in this one. That's about it for now. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.